A lot of anticipation, of course, excitement, and maybe being a little on edge with the president's appearance. What do you expect to see in terms of his reception just under maybe 45 minutes from now?
Well, as you can see, the people who love President Trump are undeterred. They are there to stand with him in solidarity, and they are there excited because President Trump is the one who is going to secure our border, restore our economy, get this country back on track, make our cities safe again. And that is exactly what we desperately need, because under President Biden, all of that progress that President Trump made, from cutting taxes to securing the border, it's all been dismantled. And so Americans just want economic prosperity. They want their families to be safe, and they want to live in communities that are affordable, where they can put gas in their car and they can put food on the table and pay their rent and mortgage. And unfortunately, the Democrat agenda has made it so impossible for them to survive, because they're too busy spending billions and billions of dollars in cities like mine, providing free services for illegal immigrants.
The J.D. Vance is going to appear with the president for the first time together, as campaigning. What do you expect from him? And what do you expect from this rally that we're going to see in a few moments with both of them up there?
Well, as somebody who just returned from the convention, I will tell you, it was electric. There was so much energy. People are so motivated and excited to reelect President Trump. They can't take another 4 years of the destructive Biden agenda. And as you mentioned, whether it's going to be Biden or Kamala Harris or any other Democrat, it really doesn't matter, because it is the left-wing Democrat agenda that has been so difficult for Americans to survive with, right? They are suffering every day with the various policies that are coming out of the White House via executive order, by the way, because they want to just ignore that Congress is there. And we have to go to court and fight constantly to stop bad policies. And I can tell you that's trickled down to the city and state level where I am in New York. And I think somebody like J.D. Vance can help get the message across to young people. I think he's somebody who supports the union worker, right? The hardworking men and women who built our city and our country, just as President Trump supports them. But he is somebody, I think, who has some type of appeal in the Rust Belt of this country, and he comes from a very different background. He grew up with very difficult circumstances, a single mother suffering a drug addiction. His father left the family at a very young age. That is a story that sadly many Americans are also experiencing. So I think he can connect with those types of families, with the single mothers of America, and with the young kids. Like, young people growing up may have hardships. They too can become the vice president of the United States one day. And I think his story is just so inspirational.
The Democrats, of course, point to, what they say are threats to democracy, Project 2025, and part of the policies that they say are extreme. When it comes down to November, how do you think that will shake out as voters try to weigh both candidates, if indeed Joe Biden is the candidate?
Well, the Democrats are so desperate that they're trying to tie this Project 2025 to President Trump. He already said that that was not his agenda. The RNC put out their own agenda and made it very clear that there's a difference. Look, President Trump is going to secure our borders. He's going to make our cities safe again because he supports law enforcement. He's going to push back on sanctuary cities like New York. He's going to ensure that we get cheap gas, affordable energy once again, because he's going to end all these executive orders that Biden put in place that has dismantled our energy industry and has really fueled inflation as a result, because you need energy for everything, including transporting food. And that's why we're seeing such high costs at the grocery store as well. He is going to, again, extend those tax cuts. President Biden already said he was going to let them expire, which means middle-class families, working families, businesses, they're going to see a tax increase if President Biden is reelected. And the doubling of the child tax credit, which President Trump did, which lifted millions of families out of poverty, that's going to be extended as well if President Trump is elected. So I think that people have to look at what President Trump did 4 years ago. We led through peace, through strength. He secured the border. He was somebody who was good for our allies. The Abraham Accords is a perfect example of that. But again, look what he did 4 years ago. Not what the Democrats are trying to fearmonger and say about what he will do, because they're so desperate right now. All they can do is lie. That's the only card they have at this time, because they know that when in contrast, President Biden has been so bad, and President Trump was very positive for America.
All right, that's the position from the Republican point of view. Congressman Malliotakis, thank you. We will be carrying